First of all, my name is Nevian, Nevian. It's great to see you guys. Good afternoon. I would like to make this a very, very valid point that this is an individualized movement under a unified cause. So we're all here for our own reasons. And I think overall we're here for a better city, a better government that works for the people, and a better world since this is a globalized movement. I am here individually for education reform. I think that we're paying way too much money for education that we should have automatically from the cradle to the grave. I am also here on behalf of the people of Chicago. I've been here born and raised, and I live in Humboldt Park, and I'm actually going to do outreach for Humboldt Park and for Wicker Park and for the hood, really. Yeah, I think that we're all here just to better society.
What do you think about the way the media has portrayed this movement as opposed to how they portrayed the Tea Party movement? It seems like they try to discredit this movement a lot more. What do you think about that? What do you think the reason for that is?
Okay, what I think about that is actually kind of sad, since they are also the 99%, most reporters are. Because unless your net worth is $1 million, you are the 99%. I think it's, like I said, it was really sad because it needs a lot more attention. But I also think they're distracting it. Like they're the distraction. Like when we are really the current news. Right here is the current news. Eventually they'll get on board, hopefully, and if not, we'll make sure that they get on board.
So what is, if you're here for education?
Yes.
So what has happened over the years, and are you speaking of public education, the college education, or the whole?
All of the above.
What do you think has happened over the last decade, or has this always been an issue that has moved you to speak out about education now?
Personally, this has always been an issue for me because I did not like how it was always restricted to certain demographics. Like Jews were not supposed to go into certain schools, blacks were not supposed to go into certain schools, minorities were not supposed to go in certain schools, and then we reformed that through the civil rights movement and everything like that, which I totally support, and which was awesome because yesterday they actually publicized the entire speech, but I digress. I think that it's just going to shit. I'm a college student. I've been out of high school since I was 16, since I took my education into my own hands. I graduated with a 4.0 out of Mather High School. I think that it just needs to be a more realistic approach to education because not everybody can afford those things. I think it needs to be an automatic thing for us, like as a citizen, even not as a citizen. If you really want to come here to better yourself, then you have the right to educate yourself and to your family to your own extent. No matter how far, if you want to get your doctorate and you just came here from like Canada or France or Mexico, you have every right to do so.
Okay. All right, well, the Tea Party seems to have had a strong hold on the right in the Republican Party, and they might have made like a division in the Republican Party, but they're still kind of in the two-party system. Do you think that the 99%ers, as they're called, as some people have called them, the Tree Party, do you think that they will eventually be a political party, or do you think that this is just bigger than the political?
This is much bigger than a political thing. We are a non-partisan movement. We are a non-aggressive movement as well, since the Tea Parties are kind of aggressive. We actually did have the same start out like this. They started out like that. I may not agree with them, but I agree with what they're doing, the fact that they're using their amendment rights. We have to use them before we lose them. And I think this is much bigger than any political party can even put their label on. We're supporting people. We are the people. We are the 99%. I don't really care if you're Republican or Democrat, as long as you're here for a better America and a better world. I support you.
Okay. Will that translate at the voting booth? Do you think that you ultimately will support somebody?
We're not here to become a political movement. We're here just to benefit society. This is a social revolution. This is a social revolution. We start on a smaller scale to get to something big. We start small, put the work in, grow big, and eventually the bigger picture of it will be a better world, a more unified world, without all the separation between skin color or any kind of demographic separation that you could even think of. We're trying against that. Because who are we really here for? We're here for you. We're here for us. We're here for everybody.
So what do you think is in the air? I mean, we've had what's been labeled the Arab Spring and what's happened in Tunisia and Syria and all across the Middle East and Egypt. And now we see that this movement is kind of spreading across the U.S. and across the world. Do you think that the world has kind of become fed up with the way?
Absolutely, like I said before, it's an individualized movement under a unified cause, and in this case, individualized as in every country has their own qualms with their own government. They are overthrowing them themselves, like in Libya and Syria and Egypt. Like, I was completely for that, and I was for the people. Whatever the people have to say, I support, as long as it's for the better of themselves and their society. What they say may not directly affect us, but it directly affects them, and we need to acknowledge that we support everybody and that kind of movement and revolution.
We appreciate your time.
We appreciate your time.
Can you tell if you have Twitter, if you have anybody that wants to follow your individualized stride through this movement, do you?
Okay. Twitter in general is Occupy Shy, I believe. I may be mistaken on that. The website to go to is occupyshy.org. Always hashtag Occupy Shy. Me personally, I am bigmamashroom.tumblr.com. Please follow me. I will reblog back, and I will be constantly updating it. And find me on Facebook, NEVIAN. Last name is MCPART-IRVINE, as in California. Come find me, and we'll talk to you, and I'll definitely make sure that you guys have all the up-to-date stuff.